Hello, hello, and happy Wednesday. Welcome to episode 3 of Lessons and Legacies. I am Melissa Price. I am the host of this brand new show, and I am so grateful to bring a very good dear friend of mine as a special guest to the show as we get into lessons in faith, just in general, but also out of my new book. The name of my book is Lessons We've Learned, Legacies of Life. And it's because of the book that the show has been born, and because of all the many amazing people that contributed and collaborated with me to make it a possibility. I have to shine a light on them too. And the person I'm about to introduce to you, again, like I said, has been a dear friend of mine. We've gone through so much that I'm going to share with you together. And she also has contributed several parts to this book as well. So allow me to bring my very good friend, Dr. Debra Dunston, on, and I will let her say hi and introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Debra Dunston, healing and deliverance coach and sacred stone master. And basically what I do in my integrative healing practice, I help individuals who are suffering from limiting beliefs, toxic emotions, and even soul ties, both physically, spiritually, and energy-wise. I help them to get free and stay free so that they can live the abundant life they were created to live. And my prayer is that I help them to do this quicker and with more grace than they could on their own. So that's what I do.
Well, I will say that you have done a lot of that for me in the years we've known each other. And just to kind of give everybody a little bit of our background, I was trying to do the math today. Did we meet? I remember the first time I actually met you was at an event that Lisa Santiago did. You did, I still have a video of you doing this nice meditation, and you spoke, and Precious spoke. And it was, I think it was for, was that 2018? It was January 2018 or 2017. I can't remember.
I think it was 2018.
So we're going on then. This January will be 3 years that we have been blessed by each other. And that's where we met, and I got to sit next to you. And it was shortly after that. I mean, that was such a powerful presentation that you gave. And I was hit to the core. I could feel your energy. I sat right next to you the whole time. I was like, I love this woman. Oh my gosh, we have to be friends,
I remember that. I had forgotten that, but I do remember that. You did sit next to me there.
Yep.
And I hope that you can tell I was a little nervous because, of course, I hadn't officially moved to Charlotte. I came in for the weekend.
Yep. You were still in what, DC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was still in the DC area. And so I took the train or bus or something in just for the weekend, stayed one night.
Yeah, you turned around and went right back the next day. I remember that. We were all
and that was something else. And I still had to go to work that Monday morning. It was different, but I enjoyed every minute of it. You have had such a great energy. It helped to calm me down because, I'm around all these people. I didn't know them. So thank you for that.
You've always had that effect on me, and you still do, even in this moment. But so that was where we first met. And then we went on. I had to make notes. I'm like, man, I wanted to have little notes of like all the things we did together. And I was actually really surprised. We've done a lot of stuff to support each other over the years. Yes.
Wow.
On my list, we have.
As you said that, can you mind me closing the?
Yeah, go for it. I had to fiddle with my blinds the whole time before we got into this too, because it's been cloudy one minute and then sunny the next. And
right. With the winter time, I try to get as much sun as I can because of seasonal. I don't suffer from it, but I don't want to either. Seasonal depression can kind of sneak up on people. So I try to watch that. So I
Precious
had
is
everything
here.
wide open. Hi, Precious. How are you?
Oh, yeah, she says she's talking about that day that we had that event. She said you broke the whole room and cries rang after Dr. Deborah did her meditation. I remember a few women from the refill station were there and you moved them so much. I remember too, we were all weeping.
Oh, that's so sweet. You
We
know,
did.
I miss times like those. I miss times like those because it's something about being in the room with women. The energy is just so moving,
Oh yeah,
and it's
definitely.
so beautiful. I miss that. That's one of the things I missed because of this pandemic. I've met a lot of people from all over the world virtually, but I miss being in the room
Me
with
too.
women.
Me too. That's actually, there's a lot of posts that go up on Facebook about that. Like, what do you miss the most? And to me, it's really a gathering and being able to like hug people. I miss
Yeah,
being in person with people. This is
right,
cool. This is great that we get to do this. I love it. I'm like grateful for the technology and that so many people are getting on board with it so we can still make it happen. It's part of the
right,
resilience of humans as we are. We do adapt and evolve to all
right,
circumstances, but still, man, there's nothing quite the same as being able to hold on to somebody and look them in the eye and be right there in person. So that would
right.
be what I miss the most too.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
So, among our list of things that we have done after the day we met, we carried on online for a while, but you wrote a book, which I was very much a big supporter of. You did a crystal workshop where I came and that's where I met Jeannie Muhammad for the first time.
Mhm.
Shortly after that, I think it was like the weekend after your crystal workshop, I had the Clutter for a Cause yard sale that all the proceeds went to human trafficking. And both
That's
you
right.
and her came to that.
Yeah.
Um, After that, we did the human trafficking convention where you were a speaker, and I came to see you at that.
Wow.
You have
Yes.
helped me on Spirit Squares when I needed help with the gridding for certain projects
Oh
that I
my
had with certain
gosh.
people. And
Yes.
then I came to your church and witnessed you get your
My
certification.
license for
Yep,
North Carolina. You sure
yep.
did.
And then after that, you came to my house in the pandemic and baptized my little girl, my 7-year old at that time, um, during COVID in our front yard in a blow up pool with like people spaced out everywhere. Like, and
Yeah.
I have to show. Here's some pictures. Look, that's
Oh, wow.
Dr. Deb and
Love it.
So. That's after.
Oh, man. Look at that.
Yep.
Look, my baby's back here. Look, can you guys what up? I gotta bring it stays with me. Look,
Oh, I have to
it
show that to
stays with
Sophie.
me.
Yep. That's your
Yeah.
spirit unicorn that you were gifted for the
Yes.
baptism.
I saw it in the picture. It stays right here. Stays right here by all of my amethysts. I have an amethyst collection right behind me. You can't see it, but it's right behind me and right
Oh,
next to the amethyst. Oh, this is my
you know,
baby.
your amethyst is your stone. I have a ginormous, I brought it out just for this, a ginormous chunk of fluorite that I'm working with today for this.
Oh,
That's
beautiful,
what I'm using
beautiful.
for this.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
you and I have been through quite a bit over the last 3 years, and even with pandemic holding us back, and yet here we are again. I would love for you to take a few minutes before we get into anything with the book and just tell people a little bit about what you have to offer. I will let everybody know, Dr. Deb, her book, Get Free and Stay Free, has been a huge tool to me. This came out well before my book. I think it was 2019.
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay. Numbers.
Yes.
2019. And I not only did I buy that book for myself first, but I also ended up buying it for my mom who lives in Detroit, Michigan. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. So is Dr. Deborah. So that got sent over to her in Michigan. I also bought a copy for a friend who actually ended up calling you for consultations. She got a
Yes.
copy. And
Yes.
then What else? Oh, and then recently my cousin back home is also wanting some consultation coming up and going through her own thing. So I actually sacrificed my copy and sent another one to Michigan. So I have to reorder, but I will tell you, it is a very easy read book. It has it's short, easy read chapters. There's guided meditations and tools and wonderful things that you can use to kind of rid yourself from any kind of toxic emotions you might be experiencing. So I'd love if you would talk about the book, maybe go over what chapters are in the book, and then maybe show off some of your crystal soaps and your classes. Tell us about you, because you've been a guru and a blessing in my world.
Okay. Well, the book actually, I have a copy here. The book actually came from my pain. It's actually getting free and staying free from toxic anger, fear, shame, and unforgiveness. And of course, it helps you to get free and stay free from all toxic emotions because you use the same steps to get free.
Right.
But it's a story of healing and a journey to freedom, because it also, besides being a resource of self-help, it also is my journey. A little bit of my journey starts each chapter. My journey from everything that was left behind from childhood sexual abuse, and also a human trafficking experience that I went through. And so it just talks about how I was released, because I believe that now my life is like that of Harriet Tubman, where since I got free, now it's my time to go back and help somebody else along the journey to their freedom. And I like to tell people that healing is a process, but freedom is a journey. You have to take a journey. And so some of the chapters, I think one of my favorite chapters in the book is dealing with anger, because most of the time we don't look at anger as
good,
hurting
man. I have to
right.
say, out of your whole book, that is, out of all the emotions I deal with, that's the one that I have the biggest, hardest time dealing with. That I'm not comfortable with anger. I got a lot out of that chapter. I loved it.
Good. I like that chapter because a lot of times we anger and unforgiveness kind of run together, because both of those chapters are there. But anger and unforgiveness, a lot of times we don't realize that it hurts us more than it hurts other people. Most of the time, people don't even know you're angry. Let's just be honest. And a lot of times,
it's got to boil for a while before you realize what's actually going on, you know?
And a lot of times they don't care if you are, to be honest. You know, they have reconciled it in their mind, in their head, and they gone about their business, and we still over there fuming. And anger and unforgiveness has been tied to a lot of not only emotional challenges, but also physical challenges, which is why, those are two of the biggest ones when people come to me for healing and deliverance coaching. Those are two of the biggest ones that I work with. And consequently, those were two of the biggest ones that I needed to deal with. You know, I felt justified. Maybe I was justified, but still didn't mean it was good for me anymore.
Right.
It had served its purpose. It was time to move on. I don't like to tell people get over it, but I do like to say get through it.
Yes, I like that. That's much better. You're really good at rewording things to make it more positive. Not get over it, get through it.
Yeah, get through it.
We can get a strength and accomplishment when you do get to the other side, you know?
Exactly. Get to the other side of that journey to freedom. I can imagine how Harriet Tubman and some of the slaves felt when they actually realized, oh, when we cross this river, guess what? We're free. You know, or even the Egyptians, when they got through the Red Sea, when it parted and they got through and it started to close up and they can see Pharaoh and his men drowning, it's hard to, am I free? Am I free?
Yes. Are we really? Are we really?
Are we really? So, and I found that a lot of times the reason why we stay stuck is because of what's in our own head. Because you can be free, but still be bound and in bondage in your own mind. And so I mostly work with people on that. And as we know, I like to tell people the spiritual world is real. So the reason why it's an integrative practice is that although I deal with the mind, I am a certified, I'm a licensed certified pastoral psychotherapist. So I do deal a lot with the mind, with cognitive behavior therapy and things like that. But as we know, the spiritual world is real.
Very
Energy
much
is
so.
real. You know, you can walk in a room and feel the energy in the room sometimes. So we know that stuff is real. So I found myself having to go back to school. I tell people, go back to school. Felt like I was getting another doctorate. But now I am certified in both deliverance, which is dealing with spiritual warfare, and also energy healing, which is dealing with the energies that we carry in our body and that we call to ourselves. So I bring those three pieces together to help people to heal from whatever they're going through.
And you do it in really great ways, not just only with your coaching sessions and whatnot. You have just come up with such beautiful ways to bring creative and true energetic healing to the world. I have to definitely ask you to please show off some of the soaps that you do, or a sample of the soap with the crystals in it. Oh my gosh, washing with power. What a wave that is.
Oh, that's my baby.
Yeah, there. Say hi. You're live now.
How many more minutes in the show?
For as many as I need. Go on now.
Wait, Miss
I want.
Debra,
Yes.
will you come to my birthday this year? Next year?
Oh, sure I will.
Maybe we
Gonna
can
have
have a baptism birthday all together sort of thing, because they're
okay.
10
So
days.
are we gonna have cake?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cake is one of my favorites.
Yeah. What type of birthday is it without cake? I mean, for real.
Right. I mean, we have to have cake.
I love you.
Love you too, baby.
And Charlotte and Sophie are going to be our Friday guests. We're going to talk about their lessons and legacies that they have incurred along this way as well. So they'll be on
Your
Friday.
book. We're talking about me. Your
Yes.
book actually just touched me so much. I actually use your book when I'm doing my prayer meditation, and
it's such an honor. And I swear, I mean, just to hear people's feedback about it,
yeah.
it was just, the goal was to light up people's hearts, you know.
Yes,
The
because
world.
especially that chapter on faith, lessons in faith, because it took a lot of faith to even try to heal from what I went through. I could have went through life just holding on to that stuff, you know, and it also took a lot of faith. I made a great move. I made a move in 6 months to change my life and move to Charlotte from the Washington, D.C. area. And I got to give it to my husband, too. I came home from a retreat with Lisa Santiago McNeil, where I was sitting out by the water, and the Lord said, "You need to move here." And I was like, "What?" You know, my husband. I had just gotten married. Yeah, I hadn't been married that long, and so I was like, "Well, you need to go talk to my husband before I get there, Lord. Send an angel before me, and to talk to him, because he is going to say no." And so I did. I asked the Lord. It says, "You have not because you ask not." And so I said, "If this is you, you need to make this happen within 6 months." Now, I thought I had tied his hands. We do that a lot. Try to tie his hands, you know, because it's going to be so scary to us.
I think that happens in all marriages. We all tie each other's hands from time to time.
Yeah. And I tried to tie the Lord's hands. I told the Lord, if this is you, make this happen in 6 months. Make this happen in 6 months. I went home, talked to my husband. We started the process. And in 5 months and 28 days, we were signing the contract on a new home that had not even been built yet. We were sitting on wood, you know, when it started putting sticks up. We signed the contract. That means we went through the approval process after my bankruptcy. So we went through an approval process when nobody thought it was possible. I didn't think it was possible. So I thought I was tying the Lord's hand. I said, I want a house nobody's ever lived in too, Lord. And we both went into prayer. Of course, I did my thing. I did some different stuff.
Yeah,
I was
mojo. Get that mojo right.
Yeah, I
Get
was
it all right.
breathing up some stuff. I was calling in angels. I was manifesting and stuff. But in less than 6 months, he wanted to show me that I can do exceedingly and abundantly above anything you can even ask or think. Now, you didn't think that was possible, 6 months, but I did it in 5 months and 28 days. And I go back. He's good. I go back and read your chapter on faith, and I'm reading other people's story on how you just had faith, and faith, just like it said, can move mountains. It really can make some miraculous things happen. I love that chapter. I go back sometimes when I need a moment of faith and just open it up and just read other.
Did you happen to have a favorite piece? I do have one piece I'd like to read today. Okay. But I'm curious if you had a particular one that you liked by chance.
I marked some of them.
I get so much joy actually flipping through the pages of this. I know. I have it all pretty much memorized by now.
I have a few of them. But I love, and it's marked, I love go to the grass. That may not even be in the chapter I'm supposed to be in.
That's
laughter. I know, but when I
was into that next week, I got a good friend.
Okay, I won't read it. I won't talk about it. But I love it.
I like that one too. That one, that's a memory my mom has. I'll read one, and then if you don't mind telling me what you think about it, because I feel like, you've probably been there too. And this is not one that I wrote. This is not an original piece. This was one that actually, because I saw this was a post that somebody made on Facebook, and it happened to be the worship leader at my church. She's around my age and homeschool mom and whatnot. And she had just posted this one day, and it hit me. It made me weep. I shared it. I had to call my mom and read it. I might have even called Precious or sent it to her. I don't even know. But I shared it with a lot of people. And then when this book came about, she posted this months before the book began to be written.
Wow. Okay.
And we decided on having a faith chapter. And I was like, I know what piece has to open it. And I had to go and contact her, look her up through the church. And, we had gone to retreats together, but we weren't on phone number basis. But it made a world of a difference to me. And so I'm going to read this. It's on actually page 30 of my book.
Look.
Is that what you're at?
Yeah. Because
I just woke up this morning. I'm like, I don't know. I guess that's the one I'm supposed to see.
And for that chapter, that's my favorite.
We're in the same mindset.
Think about the story. Yeah, think about the story I just told you.
Yep.
I said I left my home and I made another home, and I asked for a home that had never been lived in.
Now, isn't that funny how it all knits together, right? Things happen for a reason.
Yes, please do read.
So, this is called Home, and this was written by Yvette Sanchez Witkowski. She was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and just recently moved over the last month or so to Florida. So, and again, she was the worship leader at my church for a bit. And this was a Facebook post that just tore me up in a million beautiful ways. Like, not tore me up in a bad way.
I never would have thought it was that.
We'll do it. We'll do this and talk about it. And yeah. All right. Home. Life is all about perspective. Who you know and who knows you. I lost my voice 4 weeks ago and have been on vocal rest since then. It's had its challenges, especially as a homeschool mom of a 5-year-old and wondrously rowdy 3-year-old. The temptation to listen to the voice of fear and its what ifs tried to creep in at first. But I am known by the one who made me, He has given me promises in his word. I am glad my identity isn't wrapped up in whether I sing or not. And I don't say that to just pat myself on the back. I've certainly had seasons that were otherwise.
Mm.
If my voice fails me, then my heart will sing to him, and my hands will worship him in all that I do. My worship will ring out through a pen and through silent confidence, knowing I belong to a God who is matchless in every way,
Yes.
whose love, favor, gaze, affection, and acceptance cover and surround me. This is the good news of Jesus, and no other God can offer such true love, such freedom to be loved and belong. His goodness is running after me, and it's running after you. Kind of funny, but I get to enjoy another 2 weeks of vocal rest per doctor's orders. I say enjoy because although I do miss leading worship, this has been a sweet detour with the Lord. Sometimes God has to sweep us away and hide us a little to make us still. Lord, if that ain't the truth. Oh, that's a big truth in my mind. He tries to help us hear him and show us he's answering the prayers we've been praying, because we can get a little busy, right? I don't have to fear because I know whose I am, and his promises for me are true. When God has spoken something, you can take it to the bank, baby. His promises never fail. So if you find yourself stuck or hidden, directionless, full of fear or doubt, just stop. Stop and take time to think about the love that God has for you. Remember, it's not based on what you do, but simply about the love God, or simply because you breathe. In his word, he says that his gaze is upon us and he rejoices over us with singing. He goes before us as the good shepherd who watches over his sheep. He is the hedge of protection over us, behind us, and beside us. Don't rush over that. For a moment, really imagine him doing these things with delight, like the good father he is. The word says Jesus went to the cross for the joy set before him. He is closer than our breath and never leaves our side. His faithfulness is not contingent upon our progress. He knows you and I will still mess up a lot. It's funny how we can go through our lives knowing all about God and his love and what he's done for us. Some of us have even tangibly experienced the power of his love and therefore do not doubt it. Yet, there is something so different about receiving it. The love of God is the answer to all things. It is our compass. It's our lenses to see through, our ears to hear with, our heart to feel with, our filter for everything, our home. Woo!
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
Thank you so much, Yvette. My goodness.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
home. I Yvette. So this woman's got some things about faith, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. And one of the reasons why I love it so much and why I go back to it over and over is that this one and some other ones, but this one, because at a time when a lot of things were happening in the DC area that I wanted to be there for, and I had made my identity there. And just like she was saying about, wow, she can't sing anymore, right? Who is she? If she can't be the worship leader, who are you?
Right.
And that's kind of was one of my trepidations for moving to a whole new place where I didn't have family. Who am I going to be?
Right.
Up there, I know a minister, Dr. Debra Dunston. People know me. I have people, I have churches that I preach at. Everything is all set. But I think that had become my home. We get stuck. But God's love go with us wherever we go. And no matter whatever station we're in life, we don't have to still be the worship leader. If our voice never comes back, we still have his love and he can still use us and work through us. And it takes faith to think that you're going to lose something, because is what I felt like when she talked about her voice.
Right.
Oh, if I lose what I am here and go someplace different, then now what? The doubt, the fear.
The doubt, the fear for me. I mean, faith, like, I think the most beautiful thing about faith in my world, and you know, I am Christian. I also I believe in the universe. We're all connected. We're all collectively connected,
Yeah.
you know. I believe we're meant to serve one another and whatnot. But the coolest thing about faith to me, and the thing that I like hinge on the most, is that we're never alone. You're never, ever alone. Because even if God's being real quiet, you know, or maybe your source, your inner source, whatever you believe in as your higher power is being real quiet and whispery like, because sometimes they like to do that, get you in a place, you know.
Yes.
God will still put people in your path so that you can hear him. Maybe not in his voice, but you're hearing it through somebody else's voice, his voice through somebody else. He can bring that to you through a song. He can bring that to you through a billboard you pass on the highway, certain animals, if you're into nature, that come into your path during that day. God communicates with you, especially in the language that you can hear. If we take the time to like quiet our voices or our eyes and be still and look for that, he's always there. I think the biggest part and the biggest thing to remember about faith is that you're never alone. So you don't have to worry that you're out there walking in the dark solo. You know, he lights our feet, he lights our steps one footstep at a time. You know, he works all things for good, you know. And yeah, just to know that I'm not alone is the biggest thing. And this is a big reason why we're doing this right now, to share with everybody else. Like, look, this is our perspectives. This is what we've you know.
Exactly. And there's somebody who is going to see this, who maybe seeing it now, and who's going to see this, that is feeling like that. People, we start to feel alone sometimes, and not the good alone, you know. We start to feel alone, but just hearing people be transparent about what they may be going through and giving encouraging words, it helps people to just take a breath. And that call that us being the God in us.
Yes.
Because when I like to tell people that faith without works, just like the word says, faith without works is dead.
Amen.
It's dead faith. It gets moldy and stinky if all you got to do is keep it to yourself. You know, you got to do something with the faith that you have. And you'll notice it'll start coming back to you. You'll start growing. Even being quiet with God is work. Think about it. Our monkey brains, our chatter brain, it's work. It took a lot for me to learn how to truly meditate, you know, how to truly just quiet things in your mind, not to empty it out, but to come inward and let him speak to me. Oh, let me get that. Oh, I forgot. Did I write that down? You know? And so I had to tell myself, okay, you can say you have faith, but where your works to go with it. And so I had to teach myself how to just right. Calm it down, girl. Calm it down. Because like you said, we get so busy. Yeah, we're always going, always something to do. I said, even if you got to find it in the bathroom by yourself, which is where the soaps come in, which is why I chose to go with soaps, is that usually your bathroom time is your private time. It's where you and God can go together. Usually you don't take people to the toilet with you. Although when we were young, you know, even women, come on, women, we know if we're in a restaurant together, we'll say, there's a meeting in the ladies' room.
Yes.
We have good meetings there, but I started having meetings with the Lord in my ladies' room, in the bathroom, where that's a place you can sit. And I learned to do that when my kids were little, because they can even knock on the door when you're in there. Now, you know, I went in there to do something personal, you know, let me have just a little bit of quiet time. And I know you probably can understand because you homeschool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm sitting here like, Man, I still, because my kids are only 7 and not 9. I keep forgetting how old Charlotte. That tells you where I'm at these days. How old is she? 7 and 9, but like, oh, from the time they were born, my most cherished time was in the shower. It's the
Yes,
only place no one can bug a mama is in the shower, you know?
yes, yes. And I said, unless you want to make your shower duo, women, y'all got that, married women, unless you
Yes.
want to make it a duo shower, that's usually where you can go and you can be alone with your thoughts. And so that's where um, the soaps came. It's why I took two of my modalities and put them together, and that's the laying on of hands and stones, which is a healing method that I use with my clients. Before COVID, it could be in person, and I am going to venture out and start doing it again in person. But I got something coming up that you guys
When
are
are
going
you
to
gonna
see.
start doing that? I'm so excited. I'll be there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they closed down where I was going to do it. Is where I actually had the class. We had already
Oh, okay.
contracted that I was going to have one of the private rooms and set up my table and have people come in and set up the chair, because we can do it in the chair too. And I do my giftings from the Holy Spirit is discerning spirits, which is why I deal with deliverance, but also the gift of healing through the laying on of hands. And I've had it since I was a child. But now I combine it with what I've learned during a stint I did at Johns Hopkins Hospital on energy healing and how they use it in cancer patients. And then I said, oh, the laying on of hands. Oh, I do that already. I just did the certification for that. I did that since I was,
Old news.
no,
That's old news, but
yeah, Holy Ghost gave me this. I didn't know it was a thing, And so I went and got certified in that. So I am a certified crystal aromatherapist and sacred stone master. So these soaps actually have a stone embedded in them, a crystal stone embedded in them, but they also have a combination of essential oils in just the right combination that brings about an intention. So each bar is made with an intention. People have asked me, do I make the bars? Like this one is transformation and magic. And this bar has a labradorite, and you know about labradorite. It has a labradorite in it.
Labradorite.
And labradorite is considered to be like the magic stone. It helps you to achieve. But it also has cedar wood and tea tree. And tea tree is a healing oil. And cedar wood is kind of like one that would I call it home. All the wood soaps make me feel at home. It make you feel just so calm, like patchouli and sandalwood. And so this is one of them. And I also like, this one is called Breath of Life. It has my favorite stone in it. It has an amethyst in it. And my favorite fragrance, lavender. The two together gives you a breath of life. Helps you to calm down. That's the name of it, is Breath of Life. I named this one. And it's for stress relief and good sleep. It's my go-to soap for at night when I'm having problems getting to sleep. But in the morning, when I'm having a problem to get up, then I turn to Joy. I call this one Joy because it has citrine and lemongrass. And this one actually was inspired by Lisa Santiago McNeil.
Woo!
She asked me to make a soap. She had received a revelation in her meditation time, her praying meditation time, for a lemongrass soap. And
I love the lemongrass soap. I think you gave Sophie one at her baptism. It didn't have a crystal in it, but it was just the lemongrass.
Yeah.
It was like everything. I was sneaking in their shower and
that one came from Lisa. That one actually came from her revelation. So I went back to the person that I actually commissioned these. People have asked me, do I make them? Well, I'm not a soap maker per se. So, but I do know how to write prescriptions. I tell people as a pastoral psychotherapist, I don't write prescription for narcotics, medication, or things like that, pharmaceutical, but I do write prescriptions for oils, a combination of oils and crystals. And so when people come to me, I suggest a product to them that will work with them in their healing process. And this one is for boosting energy and instilling optimism. It actually is embedded with a citrine. And a citrine is for just that.
Love citrine.
It's your personal power right there on that solar plexus, soul point, operating in that to bring you strength, power, give you joy, bring you up, and putting those two together, baby, this is a morning soap for you.
Oh,
this is a morning soap for you.
That's an anytime soap, though, I think. I mean, it's joyful and energetic. Sometimes I'll tell you what, I need my joy at 2:00 in the afternoon, which is why I'm doing that too. So maybe I do my showers at like noon, 1:00. I need that midday.
There's somebody that on my website, you can have me make a liquid form of any of the soaps. And somebody called me and said, can you make me a liquid form of the joy? And she said, because I want to carry it, and they come in the 2 or 4 ounce, and she wanted it in 2 ounce, and she wanted it to take to work with her for that slump, that after lunch slump, around about 2 or 3 o'clock at work. She takes it to the bathroom because essential oils work too. Also, when you cup them,
wash her hands.
She washes her hands, and then she cups her hands.
So yes, you don't necessarily have to be in a bubble bath or in a shower to enjoy the benefits of the soaps.
Yes, that's right. And something that's coming along, and you guys are getting a sneak peek, whoever listened to this.
We got a lot of people we need to shout out here too, because we have a nice amount of people on here. Like,
all right, shout them out.
Go ahead and finish.
But coming along the line in 2021, crystal soaps have to take out the bar for a reason.
Oh no! What do you mean?
No. I have to take out the word bar.
Oh, okay. I'm like, don't stop making them, Deborah.
No, I'm actually gonna make them in-house.
Ooh!
In-house.
We might not.
Yes, I went to a class and I learned how to make soap.
I love it.
So the same person who taught me how to make the liquid soaps, I went back and I went through a class, unbeknownst to other people, to learn how to make the bar soap. And now I'll be making it.
Good for you. I'm proud of you.
Now they may have a different look. Now I'm not a professional like the professional, but they may have a different look, and they'll be called just Crystal Bar, Get Free Crystal Bar. That's what they'll be, Get Free Crystal Bar, because I can't take the name. Yeah, but they'll be my same prescriptions, but now we got to see about the shape. Y'all just bear with me. We're gonna work this thing out. I've been practicing, and but they'll be the same soaps, but they'll be made in house. And some people ask the reason why I did that. I want to have a little bit more control over my stock, because when somebody says, do you have any more so and so, I have to go through a long process to make sure that can be available.
Right.
And then there's some prescriptions that did not win at the table that people have asked me for, and I understand when people are sourcing, when you're sourcing, they have to make money too, and they have to make enough of it. They can't just make you a couple of bars, you know.
Right.
When they're making them for you and other people, it has to be something that's going to sell for everyone. And so when I run out of people's favorite bar, please don't count against me. But I want to be able to do that, to go back to my own lab, which is right here, and make, and I have some great ones coming up, actually.
I'm excited. It's so much fun messing, I say messing with, but there's actually a serious science when it comes to blending the essential oils and stuff into a fragrance. There is a lot of chemistry and science involved with that. So I know that takes work, that takes skill, and I'm so glad you're doing it.
Guess what? Patchouli and basil is coming.
Ooh, I would like, what one I want really bad for like spring and summer is a basil and lime.
Oh, I gotta try that together.
Basil and lime, and the other one I texted you about the other day, the patchouli and peppermint, could be very invigorating, but it gives it a nice earthy, woodsy kind of smell, minty and
Now
woodsy.
that's something because I'm looking at that, like bottom, middle, and I mean bottom, middle, and top note on those two. I'm gonna mix some of that together in my lab just to see. And yeah, you guys, I do have beakers. I work with beakers when
Yes,
I'm.
oh yeah, and the little droppers. You got to have
Yeah,
droppers.
I have the little
You got to have all
droppers.
the
So
stuff.
I'm
Yeah,
in the lab trying to figure out. Then I have my little funnels I'm working with. When I'm figuring
essentials.
out, look,
Essentials is no joke. No joke when you're messing with the
yeah,
oils, baby.
it's where I find my peace between that and building crystal grids. It's just I don't know. It's not. It doesn't feel like work. But now I need it to pay for itself. It has to be. It's an expensive hobby, and so I'm bringing it in house. The prices will probably go down because I won't have the same overhead when I bring it in house. So I'm excited.
That'll help immensely. Definitely.
Yeah, I am excited about it.
That's one thing I've learned over the journey over the last, especially this year in 2020 through pandemic and everything. And I will definitely give a shout out to Precious on that too. Precious Pauline. She's one that's always said it to me. And I agree with it. Like, it's just always better when you do it yourself,
I like that.
It's got you in it. It's got your love, your light, your energy, your spirit, and
I agree with that. I do. I do. It's why I started making the liquid soaps, because I wanted my hands in it. I wanted my recipes, my hands. And
your energy and your love that's infused. Like, people can put that in products. Like with Brittany Thomas, she does her beads. It's not just like you're to Target grabbing a bracelet off the shelf. That comes to you and you can feel it. You can feel the energy, the intention, the love on it. And that's, again, we are coming on Christmas. I will take this time right now to say, y'all, shop from your small businesses, shop from your entrepreneurs, your authors, your soap makers, your jewelry makers, your artists. Like, shop from everybody that's trying to do it at home. That's we're all kind of in the same pot, now. And we all have been gifted with such beautiful talents to bless one another with. You could be a double blessing by blessing the person you're buying from, not Amazon or Target or Walmart, but an actual individual. And then you're also blessing the person you're giving it to, and all of these people, all of us, we have gifts that keep giving. It's not just like a one and done and you then throw it away and never use it again. These are things that you're going to get, like the soaps you wash with power. I tell you what, I've had to hide my soaps way up, like not even on the shower rack thing that goes around, but like way up on the ledge where nobody ever reaches and dusts. That's why I have to hide my soap, because I don't want to. That's for me, my power washing time. That's something. And I will say too, your bars last me a good, when nobody else is using them, probably 2 months for myself.
Yeah, they do. They last very well. And I'm hoping to keep up that same consistency of quality and staying pure, because they are vegan. I want to keep that up because I have I suffer with eczema. So I want to keep that up and keep them. And I have had people, I do carry fragrance lines, because I've had people say, well, you have this fragrance, and I will make it with a fragrance, but my skin is very sensitive. But I do have people who order fragrance soaps. They like an alternative to some of these standard ones.
I know. Let's take a second. We got to give shout outs real quick here. Oh, we have had so many wonderful sisters on tonight, and I have been popping the comments, but Precious Pauling, of course, she came on to say hello and has been joining in with us. Brenda Booker Bull's here. Yvette Goodridge is here. Brittany Thomas is here. You guys have all been getting, you've been getting shout outs along the way, actually.
Oh, sweet. If you want,
thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, I would love to give a couple of things away, if that's okay.
Let's do it. Are you guys, we got to make them comment first, guys. Do you guys want a giveaway? Do you guys want to win a giveaway? Because Dr. Debra Dunston came on and said, can I give away prizes on your show today? I said, of course. So if you want a prize, raise your hand. And in the meantime, before we go there real quick, I just want to say thank you immensely for coming on and talking about faith. You have been a beacon of faith to me for the years, the 3 years that we've known each other. The way that you have presented yourself into my life and my family's life, my mother-in-law, Joan, my daughters, Charlotte and Sophie, my husband, you have become such an amazing light and staple in our family.
Oh,
You've been
you guys are so close to my heart
too. You know, you've supported Teas, Totes, and Notes with the kids' stores. You've supported Lessons and Legacies. You've supported my book and the greeting cards. You are like our #1 e-commerce supporter.
I love ordering from you guys. I got to tell you.
Debra in their corner, right?
I asked somebody. There's somebody I asked, and she won't mind me saying this because I'm still getting on her about it. For cards, for note cards. I said, why people don't make note cards? I don't want to buy my note cards from someplace. Why don't people make note cards? I don't want to make them. I want somebody to make some note cards. I am on the empowerment. What is it? Let's talk about it this morning with Lisa and Brian's. They asked, what's your favorite gift? Do you know that my favorite gift, I don't even get, is note cards. I have one friend who gives me note cards.
I know it.
I don't know why. So I said, well, I'm going to buy them myself. And I love them because I like sending them, but I love them. I love them. I love looking at them. It's weird. I know. I lay them out and I look at them. So I thank you guys for doing that. I thank you guys for even saying that. I spoke it out and I thought it would come from another direction. I asked this, I say, why don't you make note cards? You have such good, she's a writer. Write some note cards and make them, please. And she hasn't yet. But she laughs when I say that. I said, guess what? Guess what I just got? Because she's a note card fanatic. I'm shocked she haven't done this. We're the only ones who trade note cards. And if she's listening, you know what you're getting for Christmas, right?
Note cards.
And she wants those. That's what she wants. So
my grandmother, she's like 83 and she's in Detroit. And she sent me a Christmas card the other day. And I sent her Christmas cards because she likes to send them out. The ones ones we made. Mm-hmm. And we had a conversation the other day and she's like, nobody sends Christmas cards anymore. I send them out to everybody and I only get like 2. Don't you know, like starting Monday and all the way till Christmas, I'm dropping one in the mail for her every day. She's going to have more Christmas cards. She knows what to do with. Be like, people need to send
so cool. It's such a cool thing
because we're locked in this year. Maybe people will make an effort to send
it. Sometimes I'll just send my mother a note card just for nothing. Because they're
just because.
Yeah, just because you write in there, I'm just missing you, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? A stamp. Oh man, I love it. That's why I love them so much. But I would like to, the first person who types in the word free. So you're gonna have to let me know.
Free. All right.
I'd like to give a copy of my book and they can gift it. Let me know who to write it to. They can keep it. They can, just drop it off to somebody who may be feeling, because this is that time of season.
Oh, Brenda.
Okay. Brenda. All right,
Brenda.
Brenda, I need you to inbox me on Facebook. Give me your address and everything, and I will get this out to you. Congratulations.
Give away a book too. This is just too fun not to. All right.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
You were late. Brittany, you were late. She did free. There's going to be a new word coming. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. And my next giveaway, I have the crystal minis right now. And I only have 2 types now, which is what made me decide, look, I need to make these things because I want all my soaps in minis. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
We love you, Brenda. We love you. All of you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
This soap bar, this is one of Melissa's favorites. This is Abundance and Prosperity.
It is my favorite. The favorite.
Somebody, blessings of abundance and prosperity. And what I need you to say is abundance.
Abundance. Abundance. Type in abundance and the soap is yours. The soap is yours. That is my favorite bar. It's got sandalwood. What else?
Yep. It has vanilla, sandalwood, and camphor. And they even put a little pomegranate in here and poppy seeds. And the stone is a bronzite.
And
this is my husband's favorite soap because of the sandalwood.
The poppy seeds actually act as like an exfoliant.
Yeah.
Yep, it sloughs off the dry skin. And the bronzite stone is a crystal that's used to attract abundance, correct?
Yes, it is.
So
Yes.
You can't lose. It smells delicious. It's comforting. It's warming. It's beautiful. The crystal will help you. And you get a little exfoliation in the process.
Exactly. This became my husband.
Abundance gets you the abundance bar.
Okay, anybody? And the good thing about it, re-gift it to somebody. If you know somebody who's praying for abundance. Oh, Brittany. All right, Brittany.
I'm not losing now. I want that bath bar. So
Inbox me, Brittany, and send me your address, and it'll be way out to you. Oh, I like this. Can I give away one more thing?
Right?
One more thing. I was going to give away two things, but I want to give away one more thing. I have a couple of, I would like to give away a pendant. And this one is clear quartz. It's a clear quartz pendant. You can always change the chain, but it's a clear quartz pendant, and it's for you to carry around, and it connects you with eternity, with God, with source, with the spirit. And I love it. I love clear quartz. As you know, Melissa, how clear quartz works.
Powerful.
It's powerful. It's the amplifier stone.
Yep, it's an amplifying stone. Yes.
And the master healer. The master healer. And so whoever says crown.
Woo, that's a good one. Crown. All right.
Crown.
Crown.
Because it activates the crown soul point right here. So crown. And then you could walk around with protection from the spirit. And
Star Fletcher.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks for coming back.
Yes. Okay. All right, Melissa. Ooh, it's fun. Go on, Melissa. Your turn.
You know Star? She's part of Precious's family.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
She's getting support from all over here.
All right. Amen. So start inbox me on Facebook, Dr. Debra Dunston. You can find me right there on Facebook.
There you go. It's scrolling right on
address.
You can check it out. And I will put the actual link for Dr. Debra's store and website in the comments at the end of this, as well as mine. I'm going to go ahead just in the spirit of giving, because Dr. Debra came on at kind of the last minute, was like, can I give away stuff? I was like, I think I want to too. The holiday is all about giving. I think William Brown's word yesterday, it was Monday, was generous. So that kind of set the tone for the week, so I will go ahead and give away a copy of my book to start. And if anybody wants to type in the word lessons, of course, lessons. If you type in lessons, I will give you a free copy of the book. Again, it doesn't have to, if you already have a copy, that's fine.
Yes.
You can gift it to somebody this year, pass it on to somebody that you love or know or might benefit from it. So lessons will get you a copy of my brand new book, Lessons We've Learned, Legacies of Life. And Brittany.
I'm ready to go type. No, I'm just kidding. I'm ready to go type. Hold on.
I don't think Brittany has one yet. Yay! Your prize. Brittany's getting your prizes. And
some blessings falling towards Brittany's way. Woo!
And I'm going to do, actually, this was inspiring that you did this. Friday when the girls go live, I'm going to have them do a little tote giveaway. So if everybody wants to tune in at 2 on Friday, my little girls are going to be the special guest talking about their lessons and legacies on the journey And I think we will do a special giveaway then as well. So
Wow, that's great.
I will also give away, I will give away a set of cards. I don't have them all in front of me, but if you inbox me, you can go on my store or the kids store, shop through. It's not just holiday cards that we have. There are cards for every rhyme and reason, and Dr. Deb will tell you that.
Yeah.
So I want you to type, because it's the reason I make the darn cards to begin with. Sharing is caring, and you can pick out your own set of free shipping. Everything's free to you. And then you can leave those notes of faith and inspiration and holiday love and light to all the people you can't see this year, okay? Because of pandemic. So sharing is caring gets you a free set of
look. No, I'm just kidding.
like, girl, I think you might have the whole collection already. You probably have the whole darn collection.
I love giving them away. I love it.
I like giving. I like giving. I've had a much harder time receiving than I've ever had giving. But yeah, it's the season to be sharing and caring. So
yeah.
I want to thank you guys very much. Oh, here's Brittany. Brittany, finally, what she said, I finally got a book of abundance is following me. Thank you both, Dr. Deb and Melissa Price. Thank you, Brittany. And thank you, Star and Precious and Yvette and Brenda and everybody that joined in and everybody that catches the replay. We really appreciate you guys taking the time to be with us today. And we talked about a lot of stuff today. The focal point of it was kind of faith, and wrapping it up, I think what I'm feeling more than anything is what I have the biggest faith in besides God, because God is my source. I have so much faith in you, Dr. Deb. I have so much faith in all of you watching. I have more faith in my fellow people because I know how much we're knit together. I have faith that we can all make it. The only thing we have to do is keep moving forward, right? That's all it takes, is to keep moving forward. So as we're going to wrap this up here, we do have some great faith tools for you. Dr. Debra, she is a wonderful coach, wonderful person to please look up if you need to work through any kind of personal situations you got in your life, no matter what it may be. She is the woman to go to. Please take the time to talk to her. She does not judge. She only heals and loves and brings the light into your world. And for myself, I'm here to remind you that there is a positive in every situation. There's a blessing in every lesson. And that no matter how crappy your situation might be, or how dark your story might be, or how brilliant and bright and beautiful your story may be, it matters to share it. It matters to share your opinions and thoughts, So do you want to leave anybody with some beautiful words? And I have to say thank you again. Thank you for
thank you for having me here. I just want to tell people the same thing you just said. I really love you guys. So many of you helped me through a time when my faith was waning. In the Bible it says that I have faith, but increase my faith. So we can ask for an increase of faith. After my son transitioned in 2019, it could have been a dark time for me, but all of you, it was you. And when I say you, whoever watches this, and probably some who never will, who may not even be on Facebook, you guys helped me through. Just like you, Melissa, I have faith that you can be who God has for you to be, because you've been that in my life. Thank you. Get free and stay free.
Get free and stay free, and know that part of that faith is not giving up. Believe it's going to be okay. If you can believe, you'll be all right. So thank you so very much for being here again. I love you tons. Thank you for blessing my life for the many years, and we'll be in touch soon.
Oh yeah. Bye everybody.
Bye you guys. We'll catch you live tomorrow at 2, and we love you. Keep the faith. Until next time.